Well, good day, folks. It's Friday. We made it. Well, it's not really Friday. I'm filming this on Thursday evening, but I'm releasing it on Friday. So let's pretend. Anyhow, I'm going to try and make this a quick one. I got held up late at work tonight for a few hours, so I'm short on time, but I wanted to get a video out for Fixed Blade Friday. The knife we're going to look at today is a knife that's probably, well, I mean, we're all familiar with it. We've all seen one version or another of it. Many of you have probably handled one version or another of it. And there's probably been hundreds, if not thousands, of reviews on it. But there's a reason for that. It's a darn good knife. It's a darn good knife line from a company that makes a darn good knife. And that is the Mora Knife Company. And there's just a Mora knife all around, particularly for the price, is pretty hard to beat. So the one we're going to look at today is the Mora Bushcraft. And this is one that I regularly have with me in the woods. Whether I'm hiking or hunting or camping, I usually have this or another Mora with me. And I have a few. Comes in an injection molded plastic sheath, good and strong, little drainage hole in the bottom, bit of jimping on the top to help you draw it. This one has two belt clip options. It has a through clip, which gives you an opening of right about 2.5 inches. So you can fit a pretty hefty belt through there. It also comes with an over belt clip that you can swap out if you want. I opt to carry the through belt clip because honestly, I set so much stuff down and lose it. I'm afraid if I set my ass down, I'd lose it. So I want a clip that stays on my belt. I want the whole rig to stay on my belt. But they pivot, which is nice. So it's, if you want to sit down, you can tuck your knife back, whatever. You know, if you're wearing it in your vehicle, it's not going to jam up into your side. And it's a nice low profile carry. So it's kind of set below the belt line. The knife itself, this version is a stainless steel. If we look here, we can see Morakniv, made in Sweden, stainless. And its length is, I would say, about 4¼ inches with a cutting surface of about 4¼ inches. It's a stout blade, about 3.2 millimeters across, I believe. Blade height itself is almost every bit of 1 inch high. And you have a Scandi grind. Now, you would think with such a stout blade, it wouldn't be a great cutter necessarily, but with that Scandi grind, that makes the difference. I have, for reference, I mean, I've done every kind of bushcraft skill you might see in a video or a TV show or whatnot with this. It'll baton excellently, it'll chop, it will feather stick, it will do it all. And has amazing edge retention. I'm not sure what they do to their steel, but I've field dressed an entire large critter with this, including splitting the sternum by batoning through it, and be done, and it's still razor sharp. And has a nice rubberized polymer handle, which gives you a good grip, and when it gets wet, you still have a good grip. And even has a little bit of a finger guard worked into the handle. These are, it's got like a plastic hammer thing in the back, but the Moras, I believe, are a half tang or a partial tang. Comes into about here, I believe. But still, these things are solid as a rock. I mean, I haven't been able to break one yet. And like I said, a thicker knife like that, you wouldn't think they'd be necessarily so slicey, but if I can do this on camera, because we know I suck at doing it on camera. There we go. I gotta choose better paper and cardboard. But that is very slicey. Take my word for it, I can't cut worth a darn on camera. Maybe try some paper. There we go. So, very sharp. But they're just excellent knives. Now, this is the orange version. I believe there is a black version that might even have a blacked out blade. And there may also be a carbon steel version. Now, I say maybe because there is a more updated version of this knife that they call the Mora Bushcraft and Survival. And that one of the big differences is it has a sleeve that fits over the sheath here with a ferro rod attachment to the top. But other than that, I think the blade, the knife design, everything is exactly the same. But it's either that or this one here that has a carbon steel version. But they're just I can't say enough about these knives. If this was the only knife I had to carry in the woods, I would be quite content with that. And I think this one probably came in at or just under $100. Now, we're all familiar with probably the Mora Companion, because you see those at Walmart, every hardware store, probably even see them at the dollar store, for crying out loud. And I've got a couple of those here. These things are great. I buy these and always keep one in my vehicle if I do something like a bug out bag or an emergency bag, like a winter emergency bag, because up in Canada, we deal with winter sometimes. And you never know when you might get stranded. Maybe you're on the highway and the highway closes because of a storm and you're stuck sitting on the highway, or maybe your GPS steers you in the wrong direction. These are a great little knife to throw in any kind of a bug out or emergency bag. To compare the two, both come with the same kind of injection molded sleeve, sheath with a drainage hole. This one has your jimping right there, your push off. It's a all-in-one belt clip and sheath, and it's the over belt sheath. Your same Mora, made in Sweden, stainless steel. You've got your Scandi grind. This one has more of a beveled tip. Still a drop point. Still got your injection molded plastic handle. This one is a bit harder and it has more of a texture to it. It's like it's got a rubberized coating over it. But what they're known for is their built-in fire steel. And they come with a little lanyard. But to compare the two side by side, the Bushcraft is significantly bigger. The difference in the blade length is probably a little more than ½ an inch. And the blade height, there's a significant difference in the blade height there, probably by about 1/4 of an inch. There's one on top of the other. But, even these, I field dressed a deer with these, no problem whatsoever, and still come out just as sharp as can be. That is unreal sharp. And these will do most of your bushcraft skills too. You can see your blade is a little bit stouter with your bushcraft than it is with your companion. But still both excellent knives to carry. I'd be happy to carry either one. But I do like this bigger fella. So anyways, folks, I think if I ever see a sunny day up here again, because I think it's rained just about every day, and certainly just about every day I've had off in the last month. But if I get the opportunity on a day off with some sunshine, I might take a trip into the woods and just film a little bit of bushcraft stuff with this, just kind of put it through its paces and show you what it can do. But until then, it won't stop raining. I know some of you down south wish you could trade places, or at least trade weather for a little bit. But that day might come, and I'll certainly, if it does, I'll go in and film a video and show you what this thing can do. Anyway, folks, like I said, I wanted to make it a quick one, so that's going to be it for today. So this is your Mora Bushcraft, and I think it's just an excellent, excellent knife. You can tell from the edge and the marks, it's seen some work. But just a great knife, just holds up beautifully. Anyhow, that'll be it for today, folks. So, charge into the weekend. I hope you have much better weather than we've been seeing up here, and that you can get out, do some stuff with friends, do some stuff with family, get out into the woods, you know, practice some new things. Watch a couple YouTube videos. Find something you want to try and go try it. Just be safe when you do it, and always bring a Band-Aid. Y'all take care. Wait, don't go anywhere yet. I'm back. I forgot something. That they have a ridge ground edge on the back, a ridge ground spine, which is most excellent for your fire steels. And even the little fellas. The little fire steels in these are not bad at all. They'll throw a good spark. There. We've had our fireworks. Okay, you can go now. Take care.